I'm back. I had a feeling that was gonna happen. I don't know why it happened. It just did. But yeah, stream got disconnected for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway, I'm back. Um, yeah. So, as I said before in my other stream, I hope you're all doing well. I'm doing pretty good myself, aside from a disconnect. Yeah. Um, I suppose this is a good place to start. So, yeah. Google Earth and talking about stuff. First and foremost, yeah. So, of course, some people are even doubting if we are getting a showcase. We are. We are. It is a tradition of Sony's to have a showcase once per year. Although in 2020 we had two, because, the one that we had early in the summer was, our introduction to the PS5. And then September was our first PS5 showcase. And then last year was our second one. This year we're gonna have some PSVR stuff, most likely. But there's lots of evidence that supports us possibly getting a showcase. Am I gonna be doing live coverage of it? Hell yeah. But for one, we have the fact that Yoshi P. I'm not trying to make a funny out of that. It's literally, well, yeah. Yeah. So, there's lots of evidence to support the fact that, Sony probably wanted to do a showcase this month, but they couldn't because, it was crowded. So, as for what I think is going to be part of the showcase, a few things to bring up, first of all, is this. So this trademark right here is technically already through its opposition period, but we don't know what this game engine is used for. We don't know what games it's going to be used for, how it's going to be used, stuff like that. But if I had to guess, considering the numerous bits of evidence that supports this, well, could be seeing an old friend once again. I'm not just saying this because of, me longing for that, but there is there's plenty of evidence, right? For one, we have and I'm gonna do my best to see this, I guess. I want you to know some empty promises. Yeah, so basically, I haven't been able to find this exact interview, but essentially there was an interview that I heard about with a Tang guy that was talking about how the developers that went on to make their own virtual worlds couldn't be in direct competition with home. What this means is they couldn't be on the same platform. So, again, I haven't been able to find this actual interview, but I do understand, like, I do believe it. Um, hmm. Yeah. So, let's just say that the promises that they said never came to fruition. We never got a roller coaster, we never got bumper cars, we never got the laser tag thing, we never got any of that stuff. And I get that they've been busy with whatever they're working on, but at the same time, this game has been around for like 6 years, basically. And since then, we've had virtually no, like, major things about it. So, to that I say, yeah, thank God this game isn't in direct competition with Home because, it would be absolutely demolished. But I do hope that it actually is coming back, hopefully. Because honestly, I think that Home Home will be able to live up to its potential that it strived for back then on the PS5. Because the PS5 would remedy all the shortcomings that it originally had. Yeah, so I I honestly think that one of the things that I would hope to see at this showcase, should we be getting one in October, because we have the trademark renewals, we have the trademark updates, we have the Soho engine, we have all these things behind the scenes. And something else to keep in mind, the Soho engine trademark that I mentioned has been trademarked in numerous other territories around the world. And as luck would have it, PlayStation Home had its own regional versions depending on which location you were from. So, for example, if you're from the US like I am, you would have the US version. So, yeah. But honestly, alright. Anyway, would you use or participate in a remastered version of PlayStation Home for PS5? See, some people will be like, no. But here's the thing, though. See, this person brings up a good point. I would love them to do it again, but to actually reach the site they set out to achieve back on PS3. That's the thing. The PS3 was the thing that was preventing Home from reaching its full potential. The hardware was fairly limited, so while Home could do some of the things it strived for, it couldn't do everything. You know, the loading times were like chugging. It's like, don't worry, you'll get there eventually. 10 seconds later. And like 3 minutes later, you're finally there. On PS5, though, for one, we have, you know, cloud streaming and cloud servers and all that other stuff. Where instead of downloading the spaces that you want to go to that you've either never been to or might have gotten updated, what would instead happen is you would just be able to zoop right on over there. But not only that, but if you really think about it, now, this next thing I'm about to talk about, I'm not saying they have to do this, but it would certainly be pretty cool. But for those who have played GTA Online, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Returning player bonuses. So, what I mean by this is, if you play GTA Online, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Where, if you played on the PS3 version and then you transferred over to the PS4 version, all of your stuff would transfer over and you would get some free items. And vice versa for Xbox, if you were from 360 to Xbox One, and then now Xbox One to X/S, or PS4 to PS5, you would get that same kind of benefit where you'd be labeled as a returning player and you would get, sorry about that, free items alongside keeping your inventory. So like everything that you've obtained on those platforms would be transferred over to the successor. So like PS3 to PS4, PS4 to PS5, you would keep all of your stuff. That's what I mean. And what I think they could do, again, they don't have to do this, they could start fresh for this new version of Home. But it would be really cool if they acknowledge the players who played on Home during the PS3 beta, and in a way to honor those players would get their inventory back, and they would get some free items to commemorate their dedication. That's what I meant. Where you would get free items as a result of participating in the beta. Anyway, now obviously also at this showcase they're going to be showing God of War again, which isn't a bad thing because God of War Ragnarok looks awesome. We're probably going to see Spider-Man Miles Morales. Actually, yeah, because it just got announced for a PC version today, which honestly took me by surprise. I meant to say Spider-Man 2 though, but whatever. Probably the PC release date for Last of Us Part 1. PSVR stuff, obviously, because, you know, they said that that's coming early next year. We don't know exactly the time frame, but it can be inferred from that it's probably going to be either January, February, March, or April. Because that's technically the early parts of the year is March and April. Um, but yeah. Anyway, yeah. So that being said, um, yeah. I'm gonna go back to Google Earth. Actually, I need to look up something. It's gonna be a weird thing to search up. Just trust me on this. It's gonna be a little, a little weird. A little. Oops. Oh, I was just right there. Um. Okay. That's a fancy building. Yeah, so I was trying to search for studio apartments because I had this theory that the Harbor Studio apartment, which is one of the personal spaces that you could get in PlayStation Home, or actually it came with it was automatically given to you whenever you first started playing Home for the first time. Um, but I wanted to see if there was any place in London that inspired that, like inspired the actual personal space. To my knowledge, it must have been a original creation, which is cool, mind you, but yeah. Anyway, hello. Yeah, so I could tell you straight away though that the Pier Park, I feel like, I don't know, it's possible that the personal and public spaces that Home had were mostly just original creations, but there is one public space that came out in 2010 called the Playground, and that's based on I think it's a 1980s Brooklyn, I want to say. I could be wrong, but I want to say that that's what it's based on. But, yeah. And more specifically, in that public space, it was actually located right next to a bridge. So, yeah. Wait, hold on. Does that go underneath? It does. It's actually kind of cool. Wow. So it's an underwater tunnel. That's actually really neat. I thought it said Silent Hill Playground. So I can't exactly find it, but yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to find what bridge exactly was the one in that public space. It wasn't this. I think it was probably this one. But what I'm trying to find is oops. Hold on. Wait. Could be that. No, I don't think so. But basically that public space had a train station that you would spawn at, basically. Oh, that said Venom Playground. But essentially, there was this bridge that you would spawn at, basically. Not basically. There was this bridge that you would spawn at. Like, you wouldn't spawn on top of it, but, I'll pull up a video and I'll show y'all what I mean. Because I actually just watched a video of it today. Wow, what a coincidence.
Wait! Did you download Grand?
Oh, here it is, here it is, here it is. So it's this place right here. I'm gonna go back to Google Earth to try and find it. But it won't be spot on. It won't be spot on. But another thing to consider is that it might have been on the other side of this. So, like, on this side. Which I feel like that might have been the case. Maybe. Maybe? I mean, it's entirely possible. Oh, wait. Okay, well... Nope. What I'm trying to show is it's also possible that might have been this. I kid you not. I was thinking about saving up for the Bravado Greenwood in GTA and trying to make it look like this car. It's like, I won't be able to put the police lights on it, but the very least I could do is at least paint it to look similar to this, because I roughly know the colors it could be. Yeah. But I think this was the bridge. So I really like that detail where that same bridge is also going over this area. I thought that was kind of cool. Yeah. But should PlayStation Home come back, I would love to see this place return. The hub. There's various other locations as well. But again, they don't have to do that. They could just make it a completely fresh experience. All I'm saying is that would be kind of cool. But again, just they don't have to. But yeah, so I think with that, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. This would have potentially been a, about 2 hour long stream had it not been for the cut that I had to deal with, the disconnect. But I think that was more because of me playing City Guesser and how, since I'm watching a video and having to do all this other stuff, it's like really resource intensive. Hopefully that won't be an issue whenever I get that PC one of these days. Of course, I'm almost halfway to it, which is good. And I've already done rough calculations on when I can get it and, all that other stuff. Because the PC in question is like $1,000 at least, but I can do it. Because I've been saving since, July. So, July, August, September, which is this month, October, November, December. Yeah, and there's also plenty of money-making opportunities I'll have throughout the rest of the year. So, like, helping out at home with Thanksgiving and Halloween and all this other stuff. That'll definitely go a long way. So, yeah, with that being said, I hope you've enjoyed this. If you did, then like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to. You don't have to do that stuff, but it's certainly appreciated. I actually mentioned that same thing during the stream from earlier, where I have grown tired of these big content creators who try to make themselves look pretty, special, and they're just like, hey, if you want to watch more of this, pay for a sub. Don't listen to them. Don't give them any attention. Ignore them and find a good person. As for me, I don't beg for that stuff at all, and I hope it doesn't sound like I am. But all I'm saying is, if you like my content, then feel free to sub if you'd like. You don't have to, but it's certainly appreciated. But with that being said, I hope you all are having a good night, good day, good morning, good evening, whatever time it is for you.